What's up with it? You tuned in to another episode of Everything Boxing. I don't watch reality TV. I watch boxing. There you go talking that boxing again. And yeah, we gonna cook today. Oh yeah. So when you come in the building, you already know what to do. Let me know you in the building. Let me know where you coming from. And matter of fact, I'm gonna have a call-in show. Because it's about to get real up in here tonight. What's up with it? Like I said, we about to get real up in here tonight. I'm gonna have a call-in show, and we gonna get down to the bottom of this Gary Russell, Devin Haney shit. We gonna get all the way down to the bottom of it. Cause it's a lot going on. It's a lot going on. But somebody it don't seem like they want to fight. And we gonna break it down here tonight on Everything Boxing. KP from KC, what's good with it? He say, that's damn near 1.5 will be all set for life. He says, make the fight, Bill. Let's go. Oh, we gonna get into it because it's a lot of bullshit going on, with this whole situation. And we gotta really get into it. Like I said, you can call me Everything Boxing, Mr. Cleanup Man. Cause yeah. And I ain't on no side. I fuck with Devin Haney and I fuck with Mr. Gary Russell. So we gonna get into it. But like I said, when you come in the building, let me know you in the building and let me know where you coming from. Larry Foster off in the building. Salute coming from that South Kakalaki. What's good with it? Like I said, when we're going to break it down, we're going to get to the real. Because there's been a lot of, back and forth going on between both camps. But, I'm going to look at shit for the real. And I really dissect I really dissect what both camps are saying. And we're going to get down to the real. We're going to get down to who really want this fight and who really trying to, don't seem like they want to fight. Because that's what I see at the end of the day. Mr. Rez J2 off in the building. What's good? He says, when you get to cooking, let us know your pick. It's damn near 50-50. Oh, yeah, I'm going to do all of that. Larry Foster say, bring that push-up challenge back. Oh, yeah, I'm going to have y'all want to see okay. You sound like you ready. All right. Leon Anthony Dwayne Robinson II says, salute. What's good with it? Salute to you. And like I said, when you come in, hit my like button. Make sure that you hit the like button and let me know where you're coming from and tap in the comment section. And we're going to get it started soon. Like I said, and if you on Facebook, share this to all your boxing groups. Share this to your boxing groups if you on Facebook. And I'm just giving, people a chance to let them know that I'm on. I usually don't come on Sundays, but we here now. You know what I'm saying? We here now. And we gonna get down to the real. Yeah, KP. Yeah. You already know. KP, he just really saying what a lot of people think, you know what I'm saying, about Bud, but they just scared to say it. But what we do over here, we keep it 100% of the time. Yes, sir. And like I said, tap in the comment section. Let me know where you coming from and share this to your boxing groups if you on Facebook. And hit the like button because it don't cost you nothing to hit the like button. If you in here watching and you can't hit the like button, you might as well go somewhere else. You don't need to hear what I'm talking about. And like I said, it's a call-in show today. So if you want some smoke, if you just want to talk about the situation, if you disagree with what I'm saying, hey, the number on the screen. Feel free to call in. But before we even get into the call in, let me get into what we discussing, what the whole topic is about. Because, and like I said, salute to everybody that's in the building. And let's just go ahead and get it started. Let's hit the like button and let's go ahead and get this thing started. Hold on, y'all. Okay, let's go ahead and get it started. So, right. Okay, yeah, for sure. Call in. So this is the thing, okay? We've been hearing the talks about Gary Russell, and Devin Haney for a while. This started a while back, and I'm gonna just get y'all up to date how this whole thing, even started. Gary Russell, he came on Fred's channel, Barbershop Conversations channel, and he was cooking up over there. He was calling everybody out. Devin Haney's name got mentioned, and he was like, shit, we already hollered at Devin and them. You know what I'm saying? We sent Devin Haney and Bill, we sent them an offer, you know what I'm saying, telling them what we wanted, and shit, they ain't never respond. They never responded to the offer we sent them, They never responded. We let them know what we wanted, that we do want to fight them, and we let them know what we wanted, and they never got back to us with no type of counter offer or none of that shit, right? So, hold on, y'all. Hello? Caller, where you calling from? Hello?
I'm calling out Dallas, Texas.
Okay, Dallas, Texas. What's good? What's your name?
Big LT, bro.
Okay. Salute to you. Let me let me get everybody up to date on what's going on, and then I'll let you go ahead and cook. All right.
All right.
Okay. So Gary Russell was off in the barbershop conversation. He cooking, right? And so he like, we sent Devin and them a contract already. They ain't responded. They ain't sent no counter offer, nothing, right? Bill Haney come in that joint and he like, hey, look, what you sent, Eddie Hearn ain't finna give you that. You know what I'm saying? That's too much. We what it'll take to make the fight. We know what it's gonna take to make the fight. And Gary Russell like shit. The fight worth that. Like, why you ain't never sent no counter offer, so they going back and forth, right? So up to date, I'm gonna speed up to now. Now we get Gary Russell.
Hold on. Not to interrupt you, bro. What it was is that they when he was coming up, they spoke in the background before he came on the barbershop, and he never hit Gary back. So Gary and them automatically assumed that they was ducking. And that's when he said that they was ducking on barbershop, and that's when Bill called in and they went at it.
Right. Because Gary said that they was ducking because they never responded to the offer. Like, you know what I'm saying? He sent The offer was sent, the counter offer was sent. They never responded to it after that. So Gary was like, shit, they ain't responding. They must be ducking. Right. Okay. So speed up to more recently. Now in more recent talks, you know, Gary Russell, he going at everybody's head. He really kind of got off of Devin Haney. You know what I'm saying? We weren't really hearing about Devin Haney that much because Gary Russell started focusing on Terrence Bud Crawford. You know, they got real personal issues. Everybody know what's going on with that. So I don't really got to go too deep in that. But, you know, to speed it up, Terrence Crawford had offered Kell Brook 1.5 mil. Gary Russell came and was like, you know, Kell Brook ain't finna accept that 1.5 mil. Like, you don't even really want to fight that man trying to offer him 1.5. But I'll take it. So Gary Russell said that he would take the 1.5 mil to fight Terrence Crawford. This ain't got nothing to do with Devin Haney. He's like, I'll take the 1.5 mil to fight Terrence Crawford because it's personal. He said, actually, if I had to.
Trying to ride Terrence Crawford wave, trying to ride that wave and shit.
Well, this the thing. I'm speaking on what was said. You know what I'm saying? We can't get into what these niggas think in their head. All we can go off of what was said and what wasn't said. So he like, look, I'll fight him for free just because it's personal. He didn't got on camera. He didn't told everybody he'll break my neck. He gonna break my neck when he see me. So I'll fight him for anything. So basically, send me that 1.5 mil Terrence Crawford, right, top rank, right, and I'll fight Bud. Let's make the fight happen. So he heavy on Bud. Right? He on Bud's helmet. Like, where you at? You ain't responding. What's popping? I told you I'll take that 1.5 mil that you offered Kell Brook. So right. So down the line, Devin Haney, right? He come out like, hey, shit. We was trying to make a fight. You know, we was kind of in the loop, you know, talking about back and forth about us fighting, right? Behind the scenes or whatever. Shit. If 1.5 mil is all it's gonna take, fuck it. Fight us for 1.5 mil. You know what I'm saying? Fight us for the 1.5 mil, right? Take that to fight us. Take that to fight Devin Haney, right? So Gary Russell comes out, and y'all seen it. Gary Russell come out and he say, look, it hit my like button. Straight up, hit my like button. Gary Russell come out and he say, look, hey, check this. That 1.5 mil that I was talking about, that ain't had nothing to do with Devin Haney. I said that I'll take 1.5 mil to fight Terrence Crawford just because it's personal. You know what I'm saying? I'll fight Terrence Crawford damn near for free, right? But it's personal. So when I said 1.5 mil, that was to Terrence Crawford. That wasn't for Devin Haney because with Devin Haney, I don't have no personal issue with Devin Haney. It's business at the end of the day between Devin Haney. It's business. So he like, but I'll put another 0.5 on there, right? I'll take 2 million flat and we'll make the fight, right? So Devin Haney, Bill Haney, and I fuck with Devin Haney and Bill Haney. Like I fuck with Bill Haney. That's my guy. You know, I fuck with them, right? Both of them. So it ain't like, oh, I like one dude, I don't like the other. I'm talking 150 straight down the middle. You know what I'm saying? Most of y'all got favorites. You know, I fuck with both of them, but I fuck with the real at the end of the day. So he say I'll take 2 mil, right? 2 mil. Okay. Bet they should be able to work out that 2 mil, right? They should be able to come somewhere in between, 1.8, whatever. So Devin Haney and his team, they come out and acting like the man ducking, right? They acting like he ducking, like, oh no, he don't want the fight. Take the 1.5, whatever. Take the 1.5 that we offered, right? We offered you 1.5. Take the 1.5. That's what you said, right? So everybody, you know what I'm saying? I put up the video with Mr. Gary Russell Jr. response. Everybody on Gary Russell's head. You know what I'm saying? Everybody in the comment, he don't want to smoke. He should take the 1.5. Niggas making videos. He ducking. He need to take the 1.5, this, and that, right? So Gary Russell being the real one that he is, because Gary Russell a real one. Gary Russell being the real one that he is, he come out and respond quick. He don't waste no time. Hold on. He don't waste no time responding. He like, look, y'all say that I'm ducking. You know what? You know what I'm saying? I wanted $2 million. I wanted the $2 million, but y'all on here talking about I'm ducking and this and that. You know, I ain't ducking him. You know, fuck it. I'll take the 1.5 mil. You know, I'll take the 1.5 mil and I'll beat his ass. I'll take the 1.5 mil and I'm beating Devin Haney ass. What's up now? Who ducking? Ain't nobody ducking. So let them know I'll take the 1.5 mil and let's make this shit happen, right? So I mean, as a fan, you gotta respect that shit, right? You gotta respect it as a fan, right? Off rip, you gotta respect it. You like, okay, this man didn't basically, he didn't answer all the calls. He didn't answer all the calls. He answering all the calls, right? So okay, so there we go, right? Now we waiting on what Devin Haney and Bill Haney gotta say, right? So today it get lit, and y'all go check this shit out for yourself, right? Today on 78 Sports TV, this shit get lit because they got a whole panel. They got Gary Russell brother Jr. My bad. They got Gary Russell's brother on the panel, right? Batman. They got Bill Haney on the panel. You know, they got Black Fight Fan, 78. They got Blue Blood. They got For None. They got everybody on the panel, right? So team Bill Haney come out and he like, this is it. See, Bill Haney, and I fuck with Bill, but I said, I gotta break it down real. What was said? Bill Haney, he come on there and he like, okay, so yeah, the 1.5 mil. Well, fuck it, how come they can't send us 1.5 mil? Send us 1.5 mil, because it's actually gonna take more than 1.5 mil to take to make the fight. Come up with 3 mil. Have them come up with 3 mil, right? Give us both 1.5 million and let's make the fight, right? So that's one thing that Bill said. I'm breaking this shit down. And these are facts. That's one thing that Bill said, right? So he was like, have them send us 1.5 mil. Now, first of all, with that, you the A side. You the A side. So that's what he said. And I'm gonna let you cook, my man.
Don't forget about the 48 hours that he said the other day too, bro.
Yeah. Well, we ain't even gonna talk about that because that's in the past. We gonna talk about what's going on now. You know what I'm saying? But because this is what really matters, what's going on now. They passed all of that, right? So and then I'm gonna let you cook. I'm gonna let you get in, but I wanna get my point out, and then I'm gonna let you cook. So don't think I ain't gonna let you cook. So then so that's one thing that he said. He like, well, had them send the 3 mil, had them put up 3 mil, and then basically we could both get paid 1.5 mil on Gary Russell's side. Had them send it because they can't put up no money. Well, you the A side. You the one that initially, said that you was making the offers. You asked him to take the 1.5 mil, right? He accepted that, right? After y'all said he was ducking because he wanted to. Now he accepted it, right? So that's one thing that Bill said. Then Bill say, look, y'all don't know how negotiations go. If we negotiate the 1.5 mil, that ain't all they gonna want. They gonna want private planes. So, I mean, y'all think it's just 1.5 mil flat. That ain't gonna make the fight. Gary Russell team, they gonna want planes and stuff like that if once we start negotiating. Private planes. I don't know where that shit come from, but whatever. That's what he said. And that's what and like I said, I fuck with Bill Haney, a trill dude. Met the cat, he hella trill. Hey, so I'm just listening to what he's saying. So he like, they gonna want private planes, this and that. It's certain stipulations that go into contracts. It's certain other things that they gonna want when the thing, it's certain other things that they gonna want when we start negotiating, right? So it's like, okay, bet. We don't know about that. So we like, okay, bet. Now, this where the shit gets sticky, right? This shit where shit get real sticky. Gary Russell brother call in. And he like, nah, shawty, nah, hold up. We don't want no private planes. We don't want none of that shit. We just want the 1.5 mil. Give us the 1.5 mil that y'all threw out there. And you know, we good. We good. We good with the 1.5, right? Right? So okay, bet. So now we waiting to see what Bill Haney say. Hold on. Can you still on? Hold on. You okay, you still there. Now we waiting to see what Bill Haney say. This the second thing that Bill Haney comes up with. Bill Haney like, well, shit, okay, well, you know, I mean, we can make the fight happen. We can make the fight happen, but this the thing. You know, I mean, you know, we trying to do business and this and that. So if you know, have Gary Russell come and sign with us. If you know, if we can negotiate, we negotiate to 1.5, whatever, but have Gary Russell come over to Devin Haney Promotions and then fight for us, right? So now it go from just making the fight, right? Because they already now I did skip some. Both sides admitted that Gary Russell team admitted that, hey, Al Heyman didn't want to do business with DAZN. He didn't want to do business with Al Heyman didn't want to do business with lying ass Eddie Hearn. He said, he was like, you know, Al Heyman don't really like to want to do no business with Eddie Hearn, right? Right. Also, they Bill Haney on Devin Haney's side, Bill Haney admitted that, hey, we know that y'all tried to call Eddie Hearn. We know that y'all was calling Eddie Hearn, and we couldn't get Eddie Hearn to answer the call. Both sides agreed that Eddie Hearn wouldn't answer the call for the fight, right? So Bill Haney like, hey, you know, shit, sign if we gonna make the fight, won't Gary Russell sign with Devin Haney Promotions, right? Sign with Devin Haney, get Gary Russell to sign with Devin Haney Promotions, right? Right, so that's another thing Bill came up with, another stipulation. If we gonna make the fight, well, get Gary Russell to sign with Devin Haney Promotions. So I'm like, at this point, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, hold on, that's too much of shit going on. So then Bill, they talking, you know, they rapping back and forth, and Bill Haney say, you know, well, if somehow Devin Haney lose, Devin Haney get a rematch. You know what I'm saying? We gonna get an immediate rematch. Let's do the immediate rematch. And then Gary Russell gonna make more than he ever made in the first fight if we do a rematch. So that's a win for Gary Russell if he fuck around and win. But if he lose, right, tell him to come over and sign with Devin Haney Promotions and we can run his career. We're gonna run his career. Tell him, you know, come get some money with Devin Haney Promotions, and you know, if you know. So basically, another stipulation that they came down, that Bill Haney came down with, is that he wants Gary Russell to sign with Devin Haney Promotions. So it's a whole bunch of stipulations they didn't put up. And it's like, to me, it sounded like they keep moving the goalposts. It sounded like Eddie Hearn was doing with Deontay Wilder. Every time Wilder accepted some shit, you know, Eddie Hearn moved the goalposts. First they wanted 50 mil, now they don't want it. First they want, you know what I'm saying? They moving the goalposts. That's what it sounded like to me. And on the other hand, Gary Russell, he's straight out. His shit ain't complicated. He's straight out with it. Like, hey, shawty, bring me the 5. I'll take that 1.5. Ain't no bud and this and that. I'll take the 1.5. What's popping, right? But then they keep adding all type of stipulations and try to basically act like Gary Russell Jr. just a little man, like he's some nigga coming out of a motherfucking a taxi cab or the back of a barber shop that's begging for a fight or something. I mean, tell me what's going on, right? And these are facts. This ain't no shit I made up. This is shit that came out of Bill Haney's mouth. in you know what I'm saying? It came out of Bill Haney's mouth directly. Like I said on 78 Sports TV, they, you know what I'm saying? It was lit this morning. It was lit this morning. It came out of Bill Haney's own mouth, and it came out of Gary Russell Jr.'s brother's mouth. So go ahead and cook, my man. Let everybody know where you coming from again, and let everybody know your name. You still there? Oh, my bad, man. You still there? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, you still there? Yeah. Let everybody know your name and where you coming from again. Go ahead and cook on the situation.
Oh, this is LT, bro, out of Dallas, Texas, man. I'm Dallas.
All right.
Man, I felt about it, man. To me personally, I kind of felt like that. I feel like Bill Haney really don't want to fight, bro. I'm gonna be honest, man. I'm gonna feel like Bill really don't want that fight for his son. Either him or Eddie Hearn or whatever, because it's just too much moving of the goalposts and all this business talk, man. Too much of it, man. We don't get all that over there on the PBC when it's time for a fight to be made. But it's Eddie Hearn and Top Rank, it's all this extra stuff and stipulations and contracts. He got to fight over there under his label just to fight his son after all that. And then the 1.5 wouldn't have been out there. Yeah, it wouldn't have been out there if Jerry wouldn't have, reached out there. But like he said, man, he wasn't yelling that for him. He was yelling, he's saying he'll take that for Crawford, man. That ain't cool, man. I don't think that's cool. You're trying to force that man not to take the contract and try to call him a duck or whatnot because he don't want to sign to y'all after he win or lose. I mean, man, I don't know. It might be some business stuff that I don't know about because I ain't no businessman. But me personally, I wouldn't sign there. Like you said, I wouldn't do that, man. Even if, they saying he can get Gary bigger over there. I don't see it. Devin Haney ain't that big. You know what I mean? He big because, us hardcore fans know him, but outside of hardcore boxing fans, people don't really know Devin. He on the app, bro. You trying to move Gary to an app? Come on, man. That don't make no sense to me, man. And then, you know what I mean? It wasn't up but an extra $500K. You know what I mean? And all that, they couldn't give him the extra $500K. I really think it was a bluff. They were trying to call a bluff with a bluff, man. That's what that was, and they weren't expecting Jerry to say yes to that 1.5. And that's when they did, you know what I'm saying? Because they was already surprised that, you know what I'm saying, he went ahead and was like, give me the 2, then they switched to the 1.5, then we mad and we're gonna give it 48 hours, and you know what I mean? And we all then we get on the boxing boards, are we done with it, man? It's just totally disrespectful. He totally just said we're not gonna negotiate at all, and all this other, man, I just got a feeling, even the way they, like you said, Bill Haney is real cool. He's a real cool cat. You know what I mean? It's just the way he was carrying himself, like he felt like he was, trying to son the Russells or whatnot, you know what I mean, with all the extra stuff that he was doing and saying and stuff like that. Then they wouldn't even let Batman talk, man. Yeah, he not gonna articulate himself like some other educated brothers. You know what I'm saying? But I understand what he's saying and where he was coming from and how he felt about it, man. I don't blame him, man. Come on, bro. Y'all, you told me to take the 1.5. There you go, bro. I mean, come on. Why you doing all this other extra shit in there for, bro? You know what I mean? I don't get that, man. Maybe I don't know you know what I mean? It's just it's uncalled for. If you need that, man. Like Fred said, the black community need that. You know that we need that. You know boxing need that. You know your son and Gary Russell need that, bro. Don't do that, man. Don't make that fight, man. That's the biggest fight I can say. That damn boy trash. That fight trash, man. They know he see it, Devin see it. They in the comments, they watch it. Just like all them the reporters, like they said, and all them big wigs was watching it Falons this morning at 78 channel. They seen that, man. They see that people want that Gary Russell. Come on, man. Don't do that, man. Go on and make the fight, bro, and quit coming with all that, all the wolf tips and all that and all that bullshit, man. Excuse my language on your channel, bro.
Nah, you good. Shit, I'll be. Hey, you good over here. Hey, man, and I feel what you like. I agree 100% what you saying because, like I said, I fuck with Devin Haney heavy. I fuck with Bill Haney. You know what I'm saying? They some real ones, but I just wasn't feeling they kept moving the goalposts. You know what I'm saying? And if you just love Devin Haney and you don't fuck with Gary Russell, of course you just gonna be like, oh, Gary Russell ducking. But no, I'm in the middle, right? You know what I'm saying? And I'm just basically, hearing what's coming from both sides. And what I'm hearing is that, like you were saying, it sounded like at that point in time, it sounded like that Bill Haney and them, they kept moving the goalposts because they wasn't really interested in taking that fight, but they ain't really want to get punked out of it. You know what I'm saying? So they would, and one of the reasons I don't think they was interested in taking that fight is, for one, you know what I'm saying? Let's keep it 100 over here. That's what we do right here. Devin Haney coming off a shoulder injury, right? Devin Haney been out the ring for what? About a year? I don't know. Devin Haney probably ain't fought in like a year or more, right? He coming off a shoulder injury, right? I don't think, and they got a Gamboa fight. He been vocal, like we fighting Gamboa next. So they already got a Gamboa fight, right? They know that, okay.
They were trying to set that date up for what? What they say?
November 7th or something. November 7th.
I mean, that Gamboa fight out the window then.
Yeah, right? So I think they like, okay, let's see what Devin, you know what I'm saying? Let's see, let's let Devin get his feet wet, go in there and whoop on Gamboa, do it better than what Tank did, and then maybe we could talk about. See, I just didn't get the feeling that they really want to fight Gary Russell, and that could have been.
So why not say that? Why didn't you just say that? He could have just said that, man. We'll take the fight next. We want to fight what's called coming in off injury. Don't try to sit there without throwing up all these smoke and mirrors and stuff, make it seem like the man don't really want to fight, bro, when it's really y'all.
Right. That's what it just seemed. That's what it seemed like to me at that point in time. Now, my man, Stay Ready Boxing TV, right? He say right now, he said, did I watch the Fanon and 78 today? He said they made the fight. He said Bill and Batman is Gary Russell's brother. He said made the fight. It's going to happen. I didn't see that, right? I didn't see that. So I ain't seen that yet. Stay Ready. He also said, my man, Stay Ready. And y'all go subscribe to Stay Ready Boxing TV. He said that's what Lip say. That's what Lip say. Yeah. So Stay Ready also said, he said Wayne Jr. is a part of boxing. How do you think Eddie Hearn got Povetkin? He says Top Rank got Alvarez after he beat Kovalev. He said he got Jeff Horn. I think he might be talking about something else. He talking to somebody in the chat.
I think them like to come over the other side of the deal stuff that they talking about fight over there for a couple of fight type stuff.
But like this my thing. This is my thing. My nigga, you talking about 1.5 mil. So you want me to this the thing, right? This is what made, you know what I'm saying, that really made that shit look bad on Devin and Bill's side to me, right? So the man moving up from 126 all the way up to 135, right? Right, that's that he going up, right, from 126 to 135 already, right? That's a 9-pound weight difference, right? So he moving up in weight, right? 2 weight classes, right? Not only is he moving up, then he like, fuck it, I'll take the little low 1.5 mil, right? He accepted that when he wanted at least 2 to fight y'all, right? Now you want him to sign with y'all, and you know what I'm saying? You want him, in order to make the fight, you want him to sign to Devin Haney Promotions. First of all, who does Devin Haney promote? And like I said, I'm not shitting on Bill and them, but let's keep it 100. Who does Devin Haney Promotions have on their team? What stars do Devin Haney Promotions got over there fighting under Devin Haney Promotions? And you know, I support Devin Haney Promotions 1,000%, but how you gonna tell this man that's been a champion in the WBC champ for 5 years straight, right, to do all of these stipulations, and then at the end of the day you gotta sign with us to make this fight happen? That shit just didn't. I mean, And if y'all think that shit sounded cool, y'all was cool with that, y'all need to check yourself.
They really sounded like some whole ass shit, like type way, like, you know, even if you beat me, you gotta come sign under me, like you trying to sue me, like still that's like you still trying to put the whip on my back, even though after I beat you at the game, you still trying to pull something over my eyes, like, nah, bro, that still sound like, you know what I mean, you win still, type shit. Nah, bro, hell no, because if you win, I'm still going to have to give you almost all my earnings, me being under your promotion company. And then, you know, I'm going to tell you when I knew that Bill Haney and them didn't want that fight. When they came on there, the Fred title that first night, and he was on there, and after, you know, they said they didn't ever hit him back or whatnot, and when Bill was over there, you know, stuttering the word and acting like he didn't, they didn't want we're talking about this number and this and this and that. I kind of, you know, out of that conversation, I knew I had a feeling that Bill didn't want that fight. And when he was on Blue Bloods and he kept on acting like he didn't hear it, Batman say, yeah, we'll put up that one before Batman actually had the knowledge of Al Heyman saying yay and nay about putting that money up for them coming over to the PBE side. When he was saying, yeah, we'll put up that 1.5 or that 2 mil for you to come over, he kept on not acknowledging that Batman was saying yes. He kept on saying no, acting like he didn't hear it, kept on asking the question over and over. Because after that, he went to the boxing boys afterwards and said the same thing. When you just know, man, you was just on the phone with the cat and you asked him that question and he said yeah. So why would you go over here to another platform and ask the same shit when the man said yeah? Nah, bro, don't do that, bro. Don't do that, man. Because that ain't, man, you trying to make it seem like that man ain't like they ain't trying to they make it seem like Al Heyman they got the money. If they did want to bring you to the platform, you act like Al Heyman them ain't got the money. Come on, bro. You said no, they ain't got Al Heyman them ain't got the money and stuff. That's how I knew, bro, because it was too much Eddie Hearn talk. Too much Eddie Hearn. He been sitting in that round table with Eddie Hearn too long, man. You know, I'm down for the black brothers and get their business and all that, and you know that, but you don't have to do Gary Russell like that, man. Like you said, he's the longest reigning champion in boxing. You don't have to throw all them stipulations and goalposts and chains and locks on that nigga. Let him come over there and fight and let him leave, man. You ain't gotta lock him down and bring him into the house and all that, man. Damn, if it was a wild dog outside, throw him the food. You gotta chain the damn dog up and take him in.
Yeah, that like the shit, the whole shit, like I said, like, you know, I'm gonna respect the real and I listen to everything. You know what I'm saying? I listen. A lot of motherfuckers, they'll just go off of, oh well, Bill Haney said this, and then they'll just sprint off with it. I'm listening to what both sides is saying, and it's like, man, you really trying to sign him, like, oh, you know, come over to Devin Haney. You know what I'm saying? Like, why does it have to be all these? Oh, he gonna want private planes, and then he gonna want private planes. Like, where that shit even come from? When and then, you know, when they come and correct that, like, nah, we don't want no private planes. We don't need all of that. Just come up with the 1.5 shawty and we good. Now, oh well, you gotta sign with Devin Haney Promotions. Come over and fight with us. We'll get you your next 3 fights of for whatever. Come over. What type of shit is that? Like, I don't understand that. And then why would you sign? Okay, you move up to 135, right? Now you gonna sign up under a man that you fighting in the same weight division. So you gonna sign under him. You fighting in the same weight division as him right now, right? If Gary Russell say, fuck it, I can't get no fights at 130, he move up to 135 permanently, right? Now you fighting up under Devin Haney and y'all in the same way. Where the fuck does that make sense? And you know what I'm saying? Y'all, you know what I'm saying? And I watched the whole shit on 78 Sports TV today, and they was agreeing with it. Like, yeah, he need to go over there and sign with Devin Haney Promotions. He need to sign up.
I didn't agree on
like,
that.
I can't agree with that, because they like, oh well. First of all, when you say like, oh well, if it was the white man, you'll do. First of all, he is already fighting on the PBC side. He fighting under Al Heyman. The last time I checked, Al Heyman was a black man. So I didn't understand that narrative they was trying to run with. You feel me? And like I said,
and then at the same time, when people were saying, you know, would he do the same thing, you know what I'm saying, with vice versa, he wouldn't say yes. You know what I mean? And then at the same time, when what was it? I think it was Fred was trying to throw that alternative of him or Fanon, when they were saying, well, how about, you know what I mean, if you're gonna throw them stipulations in there, you know what I mean, for this and this and this and that, well, how about, you know, say, okay, I agree to the stipulations, throw an extra 0.5 on there, or throw 1.7, 1.8. How about you add them incentives and I add mine? Can we do it like that? And he got to, oh no, we ain't gonna do that. And as soon as somebody with business sense or contract sense was finna say something like Fanon, he wanna shut them down, and so that's why he wasn't trying to let and another thing, he was trying to keep Batman from talking, because you see he wouldn't even let the man talk or explain himself, man. That's why it was so much confusion on the damn table, because he wouldn't let the man talk or express himself, man.
Yeah, man, it's like that shit. I don't know, that whole thing to me, it just had me puzzled. Like, what the fuck? Because I mean, it just don't really make no sense if you just look at it. You know what I'm saying? It don't, like, I mean, I know Gary Russell, I know his cat's ducking him, but goddamn, like, I mean, he ain't out there bad like that. Y'all acted like he a up and coming, you know, a up and coming no name fighter that don't nobody know about, that just now coming in the sport, begging for a fight or something. Like, come on, y'all can't try to son that man like that. You know, fair is fair. If you want to fight him,
I hate to interrupt, bro, but I'm gonna go ahead and go and let somebody else call in, bro, and go to Batman back on what's his name channel right now, Drew Titans.
Okay, I bet.
All right, man.
I did. So, like I was saying, like, man, you can't keep, like, fair is fair. If you're gonna be fair about the whole situation. You know what I'm saying? Don't keep moving the goalposts every time I ask for something. So basically, if I'm Gary Russell and I beat you, the only benefit I get out of beating you is, you know, them calling me, you know, a great. And then basically the only thing he was telling Gary Russell is, well, if you beat Devin Haney, you get a rematch and you get to make more than what you made in the first fight. What if that shit sound fair to y'all? Y'all might need to, you know what I'm saying, look in the mirror at yourself. Let's just keep it 100 here. You know what I'm saying? And y'all got on Gary Russell for ducking and got on top of his head and was talking real bad about that man in the comments. Gary Russell ain't ducking. Gary Russell wants to fight. He did everything that they asked for, you know what I'm saying, to get this fight, to make this fight happen. I don't, you know, we got to see what's going on. Let me get through some of y'all comments. And I see y'all in the building. My bad. Let me see. Wayne Jr. off in the building. Robert Drummond off in the building. Don Reeks off in the building. Silver 2011 off in the building. Let me see. Larry Foster say he hearing the deal might be done or closed. We'll see. We gotta see. Like I said, I gotta catch up, you know. Walter Robinson says facts. Gary called a bluff. Calvin Johnson off in the building. What's good? Jupiter B off in the building. Salute. Robert Ellis say Gary Russell Jr. is trying to dodge the fight against Shakur. He would rather take on fighters from the 2 classes up before he take the fight. And of course, money side will be enough for him to walk away from box. How? See, this is what I'm saying. You just can't come in here and make shit up. Robert Ellis, you making shit up. How is he trying to dodge a fight from Shakur? Gary Russell has mentioned Shakur Stevenson's name, right? How is he trying to dodge a fight from Shakur? If Shakur wanted to fight Gary Russell, he could have been said that Shakur was going after Josh Warrington. And I fuck with Shakur heavy. I think Shakur might beat Gary Russell. Who knows? But don't just come in here and say that, oh, he ducking Shakur. He ain't ducking Shakur Stevenson. Like, that's just some shit that you made up. Like, where's the facts behind that? Walter Robinson says, why the hell Gary wants to sign with Devin when Devin can't get a big fight himself? Exactly. Like, how does that shit make sense? This man been WBC champ at 126 for over 5 years. Give that man more respect than that. Like, oh, well, you got to sign under us. What the fuck? Come on, man. Jupiter B says Bill don't want that fight. They added that BS to the end to force Gary to say no. Yeah, like, man, that's that bullshit. Gary would be stupid to sign a promotional deal and pay out fees just to get a one fight made. Jupiter B says. Right. Calvin Johnson says that's why I think the fight will not happen, because Bill want Gary with DAZN and Gary trying to stay independent. Well, Bill ain't even talking about going for Gary to go to DAZN. He talking about Gary to sign under Devin Haney Promotions. He not even saying come over here, and fight on DAZN, and then stay on DAZN for your next 3-4 fights or whatever it may be. Sign with DAZN. No, he telling Gary Russell to sign under Devin Haney Promotions. And I'm like, what fighters do we know if that's under Devin Haney Promotions? Like, why would he do something like that? Unless it's in a contract to where you like, okay, bet. If we, just like Fanon said, the only way that would make sense for Gary Russell to sign under Devin Haney Promotions, win or lose against Devin Haney, right, is under certain stipulations. If it's in the contract to where it's a, hey, we can get you, we'll get you, we'll get you, your next 3 fights, right? But if you're able to go somewhere else and get more money, right? If you're able to go somewhere else and get more money for a different fight or the same fight, somebody else gonna give you more money, then you free to roam, you free to go. But other than that, we'll give you, we'll do your next 3 fights and we gonna pay you this, and that, right? But if somebody else is offering you more money, one of these other promoters, you able to fight wherever you want to fight. Now, if they got that in the stipulations, that makes sense. Okay, well, cool. Well, fuck it. It's all business at the end of the day. But if it ain't that, nah, like, it don't make no sense. Whoever say that shit makes sense, y'all just, y'all just ain't fucking with Gary. If you sit here and try to justify and say that makes sense, y'all gotta be real. You just not fucking with Gary Russell. You just don't like Gary Russell, and you team Devin Haney 150%. Straight up. Me, I fuck with both of them, but right is right and wrong is wrong. And Gary Russell in the right. Gary Russell wants to smoke. And right now, Bill Haney and them, how they was moving, that shit wrong. Jupiter B says they want Gary to move up, take less, then want him to sign a multi-fight deal for the 1.5 mil. He said Haney ducking. He says, I'm down with them. Yeah, like, it's just what it sounds like. Robert Ellis say the other part is everyone is really trying to see this fight. He says, then if it do happen and Haney beat the fuck out of him, he says, put him, y'all will trash Haney. How is anybody gonna trash Haney if Haney beat? First of all, let's keep it 100. Y'all keep talking, and I fuck with Devin Haney. Devin Haney, one of my favorite fighters. But y'all be on that bullshit for real. A lot of y'all fans be on that straight bullshit. How can you just automatically say that Devin Haney is gonna beat the shit out of Gary Russell when you ain't never seen Devin Haney fight nobody on that level, big or small, yet? It don't matter if he bigger or smaller. You never seen Devin Haney fight an A-level fighter. You ain't never seen Devin Haney fight a B-level fighter yet. So stop crowning these. I keep telling y'all all the time, stop crowning fighters, putting them on a high pedestal and acting like they just better than everybody before you even seen them in the ring with a B-level fighter. How can you just say, oh, you don't know that? Because if somebody asks you to put all the money that you have saved up, whatever you got, if somebody asks you to put your life savings on that shit and put that shit up and bet that shit that Devin Haney will go in there and destroy Gary Russell Jr., I guarantee you that you won't do it. So if you're not that confident, don't just get on and say shit like that. Oh, he'll beat the fuck, because we don't know that. It could go either way. I don't know. You don't know. Don't nobody know that. Stop acting like stop acting like Gary Russell Jr. ain't shit. Gary Russell Jr. is an A-level class fighter. Stop trying to shit on that man. Let me see. Larry Foster says, why would we trash Haney for beating Gary Russell? He says, we all like both them. Exactly. Walter Robinson says, Black Fight Fan was in his feelings when Batman was talking facts. He says, Gary Russell name hold more weight than Devin Haney. That's the bottom line. He says, Gary Russell promoter as well, same as Devin Haney. I mean, it is what it is, but like I said, y'all got to cut that bullshit out. Lion Killer Podcast, what's good? He off in the building. Man, I was searching for your channel for the longest time. I finally found it though. I appreciate you. I appreciate the love. Yeah, man. Eric Woods says, what about the fights tonight? He says, let's talk about the fight instead of possible fights. I feel what you're saying, but we talking about this. This is what people want to talk about. You know what I'm saying? This is the topic that people want to talk about. What's good? Elvis Rodriguez, what's good? Let me see. Walter Robinson says Haney only 21. Win or lose, Haney will be straight. Yeah, that's real. See, that's the thing. You could say, oh, well, Eric Woods, I hear you say Haney is too big for Russell. Okay, fine. Make it happen, right? It's fine. That's fine if that's what you think, you know. But I mean, was Pacquiao too small for De La Hoya? You know what I'm saying? It's been everybody that Floyd Mayweather got in the ring and fought against, they was bigger than him. 95% of the fighters, when Floyd Mayweather moved up to 147, most of all the fighters he was fighting was bigger than him. So let's keep the same energy. Let's not go with, oh, we're not going to make the fight because Devin Haney's bigger than him and Devin Haney will whoop his ass. We don't know that. That's just what you think. Yeah, Devin Haney is bigger than him, but saying too big for him? You're saying that Devin Haney beats Russell 365 days a year, right? Eric Woods. Eric Woods, you can call in the number right there because now I'm going to smash you on what you're saying. Right? You just can't come on here and say anything because, like I said, I don't know who wins that fight. I don't know who wins that fight. I fuck with both of them. But since you saying that, right? You saying that Devin Haney beats Gary Russell 365 days a year, right? The only way you could say that is one, you already seen Devin Haney beat Gary Russell, which you have not seen, right? Or two, you've seen Devin Haney beat a fighter that's on the caliber of Gary Russell already. And you've seen Devin Haney beat the shit out of that same, a different fighter that was on the same caliber of Gary Russell. So that you saying that, it has to be two. Now name me the fighter that you seen Devin Haney beat that's on the same caliber of Gary Russell or better than Gary Russell. I'll wait. Name it to me. I'll wait. Since you want to come in here and just type shit in here. We talking facts right now. This is what we talking. When I told you what was said on both sides, I spoke facts. I'm not talking, well, I think and this and that. We're talking facts. So name me the fighter that you've seen, right? Devin Haney beat already that's on the same caliber of Gary Russell or that's better than Gary Russell. And I'll wait. Dayton Henry Jr. While I'm waiting, Dayton Henry Jr. says, I like both fighters, but Gary in the right and Team Haney's trying to save face. Gary want that smoke. That's a fact. This is right from wrong here. Walter Robinson says, facts is can go either way. Gary and man, at the end of the day, just like Haney, anything can happen. That's real. Eric Wood says, I don't think he could beat Haney, so I don't see why Haney is ducking. That doesn't have nothing to do with why Haney is ducking or not. And like I said, maybe they just don't want that fight for Devin Haney because one, they already have a fight in line, right? They was already talking about fighting Gamboa, right? For one, they maybe because they already got Gamboa right lined up, right? For two, maybe because they might not want to put Devin Haney in the ring right now, coming out off of a year or something layoff in the shoulder in shoulder surgery, right? Maybe that's why. It could be all different things, but who wins, we don't know. Even if Gary is too small, he has the right to make money for the family if he a pro fighter. That's real. He a champion, put some respect on his name. Travis Banks says it's a toss-up. Victor Morales says, yeah, that's a good point. But remember, some of those Mayweather. Eric Wood says it's his skills. Gary Russell has all the skills in the world too. So let's not act like we just got one man that has skills and the other one don't. Like, you better go study Gary Russell and watch some film on that man if you don't know too much about him. Mike Rhymes says, but if it wasn't Gary, so what you do to the next means nothing. Yeah, I feel you, but I'm trying to make a point. We gotta, at least give me somebody that Devin Haney has fought on the caliber of Gary Russell or better than Gary Russell. Victor Morales says, yeah, that's a good point. But remember, some of those Mayweather fights had some catch weights. But Mayweather was walking around off when he wasn't training. He was walking around at 150, 151 at the most when he was, fighting. And then so he wasn't even cutting weight to make 147. Them other dudes was walking around at 165, 170, shit like that. Eric Wood says he doesn't have to beat a guy like Gary Russell. Styles make fight. See, this is what I'm saying. You can't. The answer is when you come in here and you're trying to debate me, I do this, right? This is what I do. You can't come with what ifs and this and that. You got to come with facts. I asked you a simple question. You made a statement and you said that that Devin Haney beats Gary Russell 365 days out of the year. He beats the shit out of Gary Russell. I said, okay. I asked one simple question. I said, name me one opponent that Devin Haney has fought that's on the same level of Gary Russell or that's better than Gary Russell. And you couldn't answer that. So the answer for you is you don't know because you still haven't seen Devin Haney in the ring with top level competition. Come again. Devin Haney, Dayton Henry Jr. says Gary Russell got a better resume and a longer reigning champion. And he's a longer reigning champion. He says, make the fight happen. No fights are won or lost outside of the ring. I feel you, Eric. That's what you believe. Don't come in and make a statement like it's fact. Just say, this is different between you coming in, you putting in the comments, oh, Devin Haney will beat the shit out of him 365 days a year. You know what I'm saying? Gary Russell don't have no chance. When you say some shit like that, you're making it as a fact, right? But when you say, well, I believe that Devin Haney can beat Gary Russell Jr., that's two different things, right? Because we all have our picks on who we think would win and who we think wouldn't win, right? Now, if y'all want to know my pick, who I think would win between Gary Russell and Devin Haney, I'm going to tell you like this. I wouldn't put money on neither one of them because I see the talent that Devin Haney has. I see the size advantage that Devin Haney has, the reach advantage. I see the athleticism that Devin Haney has. Devin Haney is going to be special. Don't get it twisted. Devin Haney is going to be a special fighter, right? Right. But on the other hand, we got Gary Russell Jr., even though he's at a size disadvantage, right? We got Gary Russell Jr. Gary Russell, he has a very high ring IQ. He has maybe arguably the fastest hand speed in boxing. He has a better resume, and he's proven more. He's been champion way longer. He's proven more, and he's been in the ring with the best before, right? So he has the longevity. Like he's a veteran. He got that on his side, So it's when you look at it and you break it down, what I have to go to is like, okay, when I break both of them down, right? It's easy just to say, yeah, Devin Haney and win, but I can't do that because I've never seen Devin Haney in the ring with somebody on the level of Gary Russell, big or small, right? Right? I just still haven't seen, so I don't know. I don't know how he'll perform when he get in the ring with an A-level opponent, right? That's why I would have to see him in the ring with somebody on that level of Gary Russell or somebody near that level. And then I could pick. So this is a fight. When it happens, I'm just going to sit back and watch as a fan. I don't have nobody I want to. I don't got nobody I'm rooting for. May the best man win. I can't tell you who I'll pick. I really don't. Because I wouldn't be, like I said, if you're not confident enough to put a large amount of money on it, if you're not that confident, don't talk that shit. And I'm not confident on neither one of them to win or lose. Coach Noy Bramble says, from someone who has worked with Devin and a fan of Gary Russell Jr., he says, I don't think Gary Russell Jr. has all the tools needed to beat Devin. Yeah, I mean, I respect anybody's opinion. I respect your opinion. Everybody gonna have their opinion, but you just can't say it's fact. Eric Wood says, next time I'll start with I think. But I mean, at the end of the day, that's what it is, Eric. We think, you know. That's, I mean, when it comes to these fighters that you haven't seen do much, you know what I'm saying? We know what Gary Russell is. Okay, we know how good Gary Russell is. We still don't know how good or great Devin Haney is. We think, right? I think that Devin Haney, and I told y'all before, out of all the up and coming young fighters, right now I said I think that Shakur Stevenson is better than all of them. I think Shakur Stevenson is a level better than all of them. I said I think that Devin Haney, right, is going to be the fighter that's going to be better than all of them down the line. I said because Devin Haney's discipline outside of the ring is unmatched. He has discipline like Floyd Mayweather Jr. That's why I think in the long run, Devin Haney is probably going to be better than all of them in the long run. But right now, I think Shakur Stevenson is better than all of them. And I'm talking about the up and coming fighters, the young fighters, you know, from the age of like, you know, the 20 to 25 range. I put 25, 26 because you got to put Tank in there, right? Mike Rhymes says, I think Gary got more power. Like I said, we gotta see. We just gotta see him in the ring. So and like I said, y'all hit my like button. If you in the building, it's, you know, it don't take nothing to hit the like button. Hit the like button, you know. Yeah, so that's just my take on the whole situation with what was going down. It didn't sound like Bill Haney kept moving the goalpost. And it just didn't sound to me that they wanted that fight. I'm not going to say that they was ducking Gary Russell, right? It just sounded to me that they didn't want that fight right now. They didn't want that fight right now for whatever reason they got, and they kept moving the goalposts. But my man's Stay Ready Boxing TV, he came in and he said that the fight is made. He said that Gary Russell Jr. brother got with Bill Haney for Nun's channel, and he said that they agreed to take that fight, that they agreed that the fight gonna happen. I don't know what the stipulations. I don't know if Gary Russell agreed that he gonna go over there and fight under Devin Haney Promotions. It's hard for me to see that he would agree to something like that, or it's just, you know, I don't know. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know what's going on. Like I said, I got to do more research, and we'll be back on here tomorrow. And we gonna, you know, we gonna get down to the bottom of it. Regardless, we gonna get down to the bottom of this thing, regardless, because at the end of the day, right is right and wrong is wrong. People want to see this fight. The fans want to see this fight, whether you saying he too small or not, or whatever you saying. If they fight, you're gonna tune in to watch it, right? It's been talked about. Gary Russell Jr. name out there, right? Devin Haney name out there. Wherever they fight at, however they fight, whenever they fight, you're going to tune in to watch it. Nobody wants to see Devin Haney versus Gamboa. If anybody in here wants to see Devin Haney fight Gamboa more than they want to see Gary Russell and Devin Haney, let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Tap in the comment section and let me know. If anybody in here wants to see Devin Haney and Gamboa fight more than they want to see Devin Haney and Gary Russell Jr. fight, let me know. Because I don't give a damn about seeing Devin Haney fight Gamboa. I'll watch it. I'll support it just because I support Devin Haney. I fuck with Devin Haney. That's the only reason I watch it. Am I gonna watch it like, oh, this is a hell of a fight? I want to see what's going. Nah, because I know that Devin Haney gonna go in there and beat the shit out of Gamboa. I've seen Devin Haney, and I'm talking about at this stage that Gamboa's at 39 years old. I've seen Devin Haney fight another fighter on the level of Gamboa right now. That Gamboa is right now. I've seen that. I know that Devin Haney going, I don't know, but I think that Devin Haney is going to go in there and beat the shit out of Gamboa. I know that Devin Haney is going to be a huge, huge, huge favorite. That's not no fight that nobody's going to look at and say, oh, well, this is a 50-50 fight. Gamboa got a chance. Nobody's going to say that shit. So like I said, man, people crazy. Y'all crazy. For some reason, y'all just don't like Gary Russell, so you disrespecting him and shitting on him, right? But you're not looking at what's really going on. Right is right. Bill Haney can't keep moving the goalposts and telling this man he got to do this, and he got to do that, and he got to do this, and then every time Gary Russell accepts some shit, he come with some more stipulations. Like, come on now. Calvin Johnson says Haney versus Crawford if Haney win against Gary. That's smoke. I don't got no problem with that. But I don't think that Haney is looking to fight no Crawford. Like Bill Haney, he was like, that ain't in their interest right now. Devin Haney young, he still got a long way to go. He still got forever to move up to that 147. He looking to move up to 140 next. Victor Morales says, it's not a fight worth bragging about. He says, but it would be beneficial for Haney to have the name on his resume. And Victor Morales says, if Haney would fight Gamboa. Yeah, I feel you, right? I feel you. But nobody in here is going to tell you that Victor, would you rather see Devin Haney versus Gamboa, or would you rather see Devin Haney versus Gary Russell Jr.? That's all I'm saying. That's a fight that fans, if you're a boxing fan, of course, you're going to want to see Gary Russell Jr. and Devin Haney way more than you want to see Gamboa. We seen Gamboa. We know what the Gamboa story is. We know what he could do. We know what he can't do. Move, you know what I'm saying? It's time for, move over and he says, I want Haney versus Russell. Facts. That's what I'm saying. Exactly, Victor. Exactly. That's all I'm saying is nobody, care about Devin Haney versus Gamboa. We gonna support it if you support Devin Haney, of course. We gonna support it, but come on, man. Mike Oliver says, he says, Mike Machine Gun, our brains is in the building. Yeah, Mike Oliver off in the building. What's good with you? Mike Rom says, Gamboa is done. Let's see who the real killers is. Exactly. Gamboa 39, right? Move over and let these young bulls fight. Let's see, let's see who the best. Even though that Gary Russell like 32, 33, he's still young in the game. Gary Russell still only fights once a year. He still preserved his body, and he's not nowhere near, out of his prime or nowhere near the end of his career. Let's make it happen. So like I said, that's what it is. I just had to get down to the bottom of this whole situation because it's been a whole bunch of back and forth going on. Other than that, I know we got Ugas fighting tonight. I'm looking, we got Ugas fighting tonight. So everybody go check out Ugas. I think it's on Fox, or it'll either be on FS Sports or Fox. Ugas is fighting Ramos tonight. So you know, I'm gonna be tuning in to watch that. It ain't no that's not a fight that I'm excited about. It is what it is, you know. And then last night we had some fights. I didn't get to see the ESPN card because it was my daughter's. It was their birthday. I had to do the birthday party for them, so I missed the ESPN part fights last night. So I got to go catch up on them ESPN fights. And like I said, tomorrow, come check me out tomorrow. I'm gonna be back on here tomorrow. We're gonna continue discussing, you know, the whole issue surrounding everything that's going on with the Gary Russell Jr. and Devin Haney. We also gonna talk about the fights that took place this weekend because I'm gonna go do my catch up. Victor Morales says Russell reminds me of Pryor. He says nobody wants to fight him, so he has to move up and wait to make a splash. That's a shame, man. Yeah, it is a shame, you know, that everybody ducking him like that. But the thing is Gary Russell's he a man's man. Like, you know, he with the smoke. He willing to do whatever he got to do, and you got to respect that. Ebony Moss says this straight bullshit. The longest reigning champion in boxing is supposed to fight under Devin Haney Promotions. He says they don't expect Gary to agree to that shit. He says they trying to find a way out. He says, but the way Gary he says the way Gary doing shit, he will take it because I truly feel he thinks he will win. But he says, but they hoping he don't accept that bullshit. Yeah, that's what it sounds like. They just trying to throw shit out there that he don't think they'll accept. Victor Morales, I appreciate that. I appreciate that, my man. But yeah, man. So y'all make sure that y'all come tune in tomorrow, right? Y'all tune in. Come fuck with me tomorrow. We gonna really get down to the bottom of this because my man Stay Ready Boxing TV came in and he said that over there on Fanon channel, Gary Russell Jr. Brother, they you know, Gary Russell Jr. brother and Bill Haney, they negotiated and they agreed to make the fight happen. So he said the fight gonna happen. So we'll see. And I'm gonna go do my research on that because I didn't see it yet. I'm gonna go check that out on Fanon channel. Y'all make sure y'all go check that out. And we gonna cook on this some more tomorrow. He says, Victor Morales says, you know, I have a bone to pick with you. Hey, come fuck with me tomorrow. And the lines is always open, Victor. Oh, he says talking about Bud. He says, come on, man. Hey, Bud ain't fought nobody, but hey, Bud gotta show up. Yeah, Bud gotta show up. Bud gotta show up. So come fuck with me tomorrow. I will be on again tomorrow, right? I'll be on here at 4 p.m. Pacific time. 4 p.m. Pacific time, right? Mountain Pacific time. That's 6 p.m. Central, and that's 7 p.m. That's 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right? 4 p.m. Central Time, 6 p.m. Central, and 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Come fuck with me tomorrow. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Before you leave the building, hit the like button. And if you're not subscribed to Everything Boxing and Sports on YouTube, go over to YouTube and subscribe to Everything Boxing and Sports. I appreciate everybody for tuning in, and I'm out. But before I go, next time they ask you about me, let them know I don't watch reality TV. I watch boxing. There you go, talking that boxing again. And anything ain't everything, but around here, everything boxing. I'll holler at y'all tomorrow.